Okay, now we move on to a couple of the more demanding exercises that we do with the bands. They're more demanding because these are a little more of an isolation movement, but they're extremely important because a lot of people in the gym are missing either external rotation, so this ability to rotate the humerus around the shoulder, or internal rotation, so the ability to turn the elbow up with the palm down. But these are important movements. External rotation is what you need to be able to get into a good strict press position. Internal rotation is required as part of the clean and the snatch. So if you can't get internal rotation, why should you be able to do the snatch? So development for that, the internal and external rotation. I'm going to grab the band and cross them as we always do. Feet directly underneath the hips, tight butt, rib cage pulled down. And now, when I add a little bit of tension, for the external rotation, I want to pull the bands back so that my elbows are high and parallel with the floor. And now, rotate my hands upwards and down and return. Elbows out, parallel, rotate, and down and return. And we're going to do this in both directions. Bear in mind that when you turn around with either of these exercises, the exercise feels very, very different in the other direction. So here, we're applying force to require a positive external rotation. In the other direction, the band's going to pull back, and that external rotation is now forced by the band. So it's pulling me into a better position. And this is important because being able to experience the position is the first step in being able to replicate that position. So if you don't know what it feels like, how are you ever going to get there? This will force you to get into a good position and remind you of what success looks like. All the while, keeping your body absolutely static. Now, we can do the same thing with internal rotation. So again, the bands are crossed, and this is with a high band position, which is probably best for internal rotation. And I'm going to pull out to this parallel position again, but now with my elbows high, press down into that internally rotated position, which, good grief, that's difficult, and back up and release. I'm going to put a little more tension on, make it even more disgusting. Pull back into elbows high and outside, and now press down into internal rotation. And you can hear that I'm talking like a pirate, and that's what we need. Every time you're talking like a pirate, you are hearing the effects of stabilization in your spine that is going to mean that you have a stable midline while you complete the exercises. Do both of those exercises for 8 reps in both directions.